This is so crazy with the green room in the middle of like the office.
It's a nice green room too. So, how many years have you been doing stand up?
Oh Jesus, like 7.5.
7.5. Damn, man, I'm old.
Yeah. It's been a while. Yeah.
You started at Syndicate, right?
Yeah, that was the first place I did stand up was a house show that Sam Talent was headlining.
Oh, that's the first show you did?
Yeah.
That's a nice break
Shout out
into
Sam Talent. Yeah, because my friend, I don't know if you ever knew Gant Moore.
I did, yeah. I stayed at his house.
Yeah, it was at his house.
Yeah, I did a house show there too.
And we were in a band together in high school, actually.
Oh, yeah, Gant's great.
He knew me from way back, and he knew I was looking to try stand-up. So he asked Richard, he was like, can this kid I know do 5 minutes on the top of the show? And Richard was like, I don't give a fuck.
Oh, so it wasn't even like you had been at an open mic or anything. It was like your first time ever doing it. Was like, opening for Sam Talent.
Yeah, and it went super well. And from what I can remember of it, who remembers a 5-minute set from 7.5 years ago?
Definitely
but
not.
Like, from what I can remember, it went well. And Sam told me he liked it and told me to keep going, which is the advice that has gotten me here. So shout out again, Sam Talent.
Good deal.
And then he gave me a shot of green lightning.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't make you eat mushrooms or something.
Which, for those of you who don't know, green lightning is cannabis-infused whiskey.
Oh, well, that makes sense. I did not know that.
Yeah. I was definitely over 21, though. Definitely was over 21.
I don't think he'd care. His last so far in the past.
I'll just say that for the cameras. just for our Title IX.
Nice.
It's not fucking Title IX. It's discrimination or whatever.
If Sam Talent told me to keep going after my first set, I probably would have too.
Yeah.
That's kind of like Doug Stanhope telling you to keep going.
It was fucking wild. And I remember it was good too, my first night doing it, to see, because I was able to see like Richard and like the local comics who are really, really good. And then to see somebody like Sam just walk up and just crush.
Right.
Just fucking demolish everything for 45 minutes or however long the set was. That's what you're supposed to do. You don't want to make them giggle, you want to annihilate them. Like, you want them to be debilitated by how much they're laughing. And so, we'll see. Watch me say all that and bomb hard as fuck.
Ladies, gentlemen, and those beyond the binary, the experience is about to begin. Prepare now for intergalactic travel. For your safety and the safety of others, please be prepared to go buck fucking wild at any moment. And now, your pilot, direct from somewhere else in the galaxy, Ezra Brown.
Oh, I'm glad we wrote a long intro. Jesus Christ. Have me going up this damn catwalk and shit. Almost dropped the mic right before I was supposed to come out here. Supposed to drop the mic after the show, motherfucker. God, they got me this 14-foot catwalk and shit. I feel like Tina Turner, damn. Left a good job in the city. No, I ain't bring the wig for that. Calm down. No, I gotta get a question out of the way right off the bat real quick, because it's just been on my mind for a long time, and I feel like I'm among friends here, so I have to know, does the wheelchair make me a prop comic? I don't know. I feel like I'm either bringing a really unique perspective to the table, or I'm a suitcase full of tchotchkes and a bad dye job away from being Carrot Top. I really can't tell. I don't know what's happening. I need your help. So please, just fill out your comment cards at your leisure. Let me know about that. Just a few more housekeeping things. There's going to be a lot of cursing in the show tonight. I hear a lot of complaints from people. That's most of the complaints I get. It's like, Ezra, you'd be so good. Your comedy would be so good if you just cut down the cursing. And they always have one or two reasons. They always say, it shows a lack of intelligence, or two, it shows a lack of vocabulary. And I think, okay, let's itemize these one by one. Lack of intelligence. I could write a 5-page paper on the lead up to the Gulf of Tonkin incident from memory. What do you remember from history class, bitch? Okay, lack of vocabulary. I could bombard you with a bevy of labyrinth locutions that would be so convoluted as to make your cerebral cortex collapse in on itself and your eyes pop out of your head and you die. But it's so much easier for me to just tell you to eat a fucking dick and move on with my day. So that's where we're at. All right, one last time, vibe check. Birmingham, how are we doing tonight? I like it. Wouldn't that be weird if that's how we greeted each other in everyday life? How you doing today? Woo! 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 Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Fuck it up! The world would either be a lot more exciting or a lot more overwhelming, depending on who you are. It's just very specific. No, but it's very much preferable to most of the ways that I get greeted in my everyday life. Because if you hadn't caught on by now, I'm in a wheelchair. And it's weird being a wheelie bitch in a walkie world, you know? Because you guys, you just wake up and you're on one. Like, I don't know what it is. You might be on two legs, but you're on one all the time. And so, and it gets weird from jump. Like, people don't even greet me properly. I don't get, hey, Ezra, how you doing? It's so nice to meet you. I get, hey, how are you doing? Are you okay? Are you all right? Are you good? Can I help you with anything? And it's like, motherfucker, all of this shit works. All this shit is fucked. Well, not all this shit. Ask your stepmom. Most of this shit is fucked. But, like, this is the meal ticket. Alright, okay? This is the room where it happens, as the kids would say. And, like, you know, like, the leg bones are not connected to the ear bones, my dog. Did they not teach you the song? There's a song. Am I connected to the... No? Okay. Alabama public education at work, folks. That's what happens. That's what it is. It gets weirder, though. I'll just itemize a few of my favorites for you, if I may. One time I was in a mall in Atlanta, and I was reading a People magazine because Rolling Stone sold out a long time ago. At least People was always honest about it, you know what I mean? But like, so I'm reading this article about where Dolly Parton likes to eat when she's in Phoenix, or, you know, whatever the fuck they write about over there. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, from behind me, I just hear this voice go, "You know, Jesus is healing you." And I said, "Ah!" This lady was in my ear, all right? She said, "You know, Jesus is healing you." I said, "Ah!" And then after they scraped me off the ceiling, I said, "I'm sorry, what?" She looked at me and she said, "Jesus is inside of you, healing you." And I said, "First of all, I'm pretty sure that's a statutory issue." But I didn't say that. I just thought it. All I probably said was, and then she said, this was the kicker. She said, "Can I pray over you?" And then without waiting for an answer, this bitch places both of her hands upon my shoulders and begins to pray fervently in tongues. We're talking about in a kiosk in a mall in Atlanta. This bitch is going full. Oh, shanana, sisi, ba 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 ba. Wap ba 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 wap, boom! I thought we was going to take off in the motherfucker. So I was like, shit, is this it? You know? So I was like, but you know, I just did what anybody would do in that situation. I let my eyes roll all the way back into my head as I began to growl fervently in Latin and was swallowed up in a hellish fireball back to the underworld from whence I came. You know, regular disabled people shit, you know. Every day, we're just like you. I put my pants on every day just like you. Laying fully horizontal with the help of a dressing assistant. Oh, shit. No, but... And there's a couple more weird ones, like general ones. Like one of my favorite general ones is people will come up to me a lot of times. No preamble, just fucking raw dogging it. Come up to me and they'll say, "What's wrong with you?" I'll say, "Well, I smoke too much weed, I have a quick temper, and I'm not reaching an ideal communications level in many of my interpersonal relationships. What's wrong with you?" Or the other one I get a lot, again, no preamble, we're raw dogging it here always, is, "How'd you get in that chair?" And in those instances, I like to really shake it up and go, "Chair? When did this get here? Nobody fucking told me about this. What the fuck is going on?" And just sit in that. You know, that's the me time. That's my happy place. No, but it gets really strange too, like going to concerts too, because they never search me. They just don't do it. They don't do it. Which is great for me because I'm always packing hella weed. But like, as much as I love to do drugs, and I love to do drugs, I do. I feel like we should maybe think about everybody else's safety every once in a while. Cause like this thing could be full of C4. You don't know. You don't know me. You don't know my life. Just cause I got lemons on my jacket, you think I'm funky fresh? I don't know, y'all. I get a little afraid of that joke. I was questioning whether I should tell that here tonight. Because when we put that film out, I just know some white nationalist scouring the depths of the internet is going to see that clip and be like, hot damn! Cletus, we got to get us a wheelchair! Get on back to the Capitol for real! Stop the steal for real this time! See what that Pelosi bitch thinks of this! It's a dangerous world we live in, folks. I don't want that shit on me. My name is Ezra Brown, and I do not endorse this message. That's going to be the whole trailer. Yeah, but no, it gets weird. It gets weird personally, too. And like to close out this part of the show, not really. I'm gonna complain about this for a long time, but I got a couple more stories to tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all about the single weirdest personal encounter I've ever had. Okay, I was on a walk in my neighborhood. That's what I like to call them, for shits and giggles. I ain't got time to be fucking with nomenclature. I'm out here making movies and shit. But I was on a walk in my neighborhood, and so a lot of times when people see me doing that, I've got my headphones on, which I thought was the universal symbol for don't fucking talk to me. But a lot of times when people see me doing that, they'll be like, oh, person in a wheelchair doing a thing. They must need help. If anyone can illuminate this logic for me, please. But so they'll think a person in a wheelchair doing a thing, don't they need help? And also, usually people will stop on the street, be like, are you all right? Even though I'm clearly in motion, doing a thing. People will stop me and say, are you all right? And I can read lips pretty good, so usually I'll just keep my music on and just say, yeah, I'm fine, have a great day. And that usually covers the territory of whatever the fuck this person just said to me that I don't care about. So, I'm on a walk in my neighborhood, right? And this guy pulls up, and he's in like a fucking Escalade or whatever. Like, I don't know what it was. It was one of those cars that's too big for a neighborhood. You know what I mean? But white people always be driving them in the suburbs and shit. And so this guy comes up to me in this car, this very big car, and he's got the over the mountain swoop going in his hair. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I bet we got some people out there swooping it tonight. They're out there sweeping their bangs in front of their face right now. We see you, Chandler. We see you. You're visible. But this motherfucker, full over the mountain sweep, just chatting away. Just a mile a minute. And so I did my thing. I said, oh, that's great. Have a great day. I'm all right. You have a good one. And I just kept going. And this guy, I realized, is following me. I said, this is interesting and new. And so he was following me, still talking to me. I still didn't want to talk to this motherfucker. I'm dedicated, y'all. And so I was just doing my thing, have a great day, have a great day. I'm all right. I do not need medical assistance. I can breathe. The leg bones are not connected to the ear bones. Just running through the laundry list of shit. And this motherfucker is just talking. So I rip off my headphones and I said, what? He looked at me and he said, I saw you tooling down the road there, and I thought, I went to high school with that guy. Full stop. I said, yeah, that's fantastic. He said, so how old are you? I said, I'm in my early 20s. He said, so do you live around here? I said, yeah, I live just up the road. And he said, this is what he said to me, I'll never forget it. He said, that's great, man. You know, I'd love to come pick you up sometime, give you a ride to church or wherever. You know, I'd really enjoy that, man. Full stop. And in the moment I was so bewildered, I just said, no thanks, I'm good. And scurried away as fast as my little wheels would carry me. But I chewed on that a lot over the next few days, and it took me a while to realize what happened to me, you guys. I got spiritually catcalled. In my own neighborhood. It can happen to you. Actually, most of you probably not, because you're not in wheelchairs. But no, and I often wonder what was going through his mind at that moment. Like, was he thinking, ooh, a cripple, they have those in the Bible. You get bonus points if you bring one of them. Might get all the way to the J level. That's above the A level, for those of you that are wondering. But no, I often wonder what was going through his mind. You know, we fucked a bunch after that, and the sex was really mediocre. But we never talked. Y'all know that song, Son of a Preacher Man? I'll leave that for the 10 people. But you would think that this shit gets better when people get to know you, but that's not always the case. Like, not that long ago, I was leaving to go to a gig, and one of my own parents said to me, Ezra, don't you want to pull your shirt tail forward in such a way that it covers your seatbelt? And I thought, what the fuck? It's not like I'm trying to go incognito in the son of a bitch. Like, if they don't see the seatbelt, maybe they'll think I'm just resting my legs for the big race. They would give this shit to track stars at an over-the-mountain school, wouldn't they? Be like, we gotta save that athletic power. The theater ain't had a roof in a decade. I don't care if that was funny. I just wanted it on film. The schools be fucking up out here. No, they got Nazis and shit in them too. You don't even want to know. It's wild out here. Y'all thought the wild and wonderful whites of West Virginia was crazy? Wait till they meet the Millers from Mountain Brook, bitch. Ain't got shit on these oxy-popping, wine-drinking, racial slur, throw pillow having motherfuckers. It's wild out here. Don't come here. If you're watching this, maybe go downtown. Don't go over the mountain. They do bad shit over there. And it gets weird in like a lot of public settings where you wouldn't expect it to. Like a little while ago, I went in this store, the walking company. Anybody remember that store? Woo! I went in there because the tracksuits are comfortable. Sue me. And I went in there and I'm just looking, and the lady behind the counter's eyeing me real fucking hard. And so I went up to her and I said, "Excuse me, miss, I know I'm in the walking company. Is this, okay under the circumstances?" And she kind of looked at me for a minute, and she said, "Actually, it's very much not. We really need you to leave. It's not on par with the brand. But our entire inventory is still available to you at thewalkingcompany.com," which was not true. There were some in-store exclusives. Separate but equal is alive, goddammit. And the worst thing about that story is that it didn't happen. I just thought it would be really funny if it did. I wasn't gonna do any current event shit, but did y'all see that SpaceX shit today? Yeah, that shit was wild, man. A bunch of boomers I know were coming up to me being like, "Man, isn't it crazy that we can just do space travel like that?" And they shot up the rocket, and the rocket came back. And the other one came back, and I was like, "Yup." And I was like, that is so many millions of dollars that could have been spent on real people and real things. And one person responded, "Well, I'm sure those hundreds of engineers that had jobs on that project would think differently." And I said, "Fair enough, but I'm sure those hundreds of engineers are also some of the most highly trained motherfuckers in the country who could be saving people on Earth instead of helping rich man make space toy go boom." I hate that shit, man. I ain't got time. But I am in a relationship. Anybody here in a relationship? Yeah. Yeah, it's really nice. It's lovely. It's my first time around the block for that kind of thing, and I don't think I fucked it up yet. So it's all good. But no, we are. It is a little bit different. We are in a polyamorous relationship, and being that that's the dynamic, and this is my first time around the block, it's got me kind of curious as to what else is out there. But I just don't think hookup culture is really in my future, and that's fine, and that's not even a dig on me. I just don't see much about the 90-pound weakling in the 400-pound designer go-kart that puts one in the mind of the old in and out. You don't go 3 sheets to the wind and go, "Lemon jacket, wheelchair, glitter beard, that's the one." It's the whole, I understand this. I'm a commitment from a mile away. I get it. But that commitment comes with perks that only a subscription service can provide. No, but I wish people, just motherfuckers out in the world, would take me a little bit more seriously. Not the folks at concerts. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. I love y'all. But I wish all the other motherfuckers out in the world would take me a little bit more seriously. Because, I got ideas and shit. I don't just have lemons on my jacket. I made lemonade, motherfucker. I'm something of an aspiring mogul, so I have all these ideas, and I just wish people would take me seriously. All right, peep this, okay? I want to start a moving company, right? Called One Guy in a Chair. It's like 2 men in a truck, but it's like the budget option where you just like slip me a 10 and I just like tie your shit to the back of my chair, drag it to wherever you want it to go. And it's perfect because I make enough money to break even on weed. As previously established, I love drugs. And you save a bundle on closing costs. And it's doubly perfect because when I inevitably fuck something up, I can go, look, lady. Because it inevitably will be a white lady. You hired a 26-year-old stoner with cerebral palsy to tie your grandmother's armoire to the back of their wheelchair and drag it around your 3-room Avondale apartment. Who is, and I want you to think about this, Susan. Who is really at fault for the hole in your wall here? Perfect. Fucking bulletproof. Fucking all the way up. That's just one idea, okay? Number 2. People are always coming up to me. You're so inspirational. Okay, side note, you don't know. I could have killed 7 people on my way here. They could be in my trunk right now. I could still listen to Kanye. That could be blood on my wheel right there, right now. And you just saw me enter a CVS. And were moved to come up to me and tell me I'm so inspirational. Bitch, if I'm not a serial killer, I might be about to become one. But people keep telling me I'm an inspiration, but I'm not going to question it. I'm just going to be American and cash in on that shit. So what I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to make a series of videos of just me doing some like shit that takes a vague amount of like courage. You know, like making a friendship bracelet or like playing a djembe or like sitting up here talking to all you sad motherfuckers and like just cut out the audio and like put it under some inspirational music like, did you ever know that you're my hero? And just have folks show it to their friends and go, see, Barry, if this kid in a wheelchair can weave a basket, you can give that financial presentation at work tomorrow. Bulletproof. And then we parlay. Are we gonna have to get rights for that song? Shit, I didn't think about that. And then we parlay this viral video series into a book deal. It's called I'm on a Roll. And there's a picture of me on the front with my sleeves rolled up, shrugging. Boom. Billion seller. You don't even have to write nothing in the motherfucker. Every page just says, you can do it. It's got a picture of me on the shit. Just. You can do it. But not all my ideas are in the business sector, right? I want to revolutionize education too. Remember Dare? The lion? Yeah, that motherfucker that you let down? Yeah. I say bring that shit back, alright? You can keep the same letters, just gotta change the wording a little bit. You use his shirts and everything, they were really cool. But you just got Dare. Drugs are really
expensive. And instead of the weird school resource officer who's got a Boondocks accent and a pistol, you send the cool plainclothes cop in there to be like, look, kids, my name's Officer Gary. Here's what you do. Get you a good connect. Get you a friend of a friend. Don't be smoking none of that brick shit. And don't do Molly and Coke around here. That shit ain't clean. Don't just do drugs, kids. Do drugs well. This is education for the 21st century right here. Side note, you remember the dare motherfucker, the school resource officer, always used to come in there and talk some shit about how some homeless guy was going to give you candy laced with drugs and steal you away from your family? Where the fuck is that shit? As a kid, I was like, oh God. As an adult, I'm like, what a fucking deal. This free trade is just gonna walk up to me, give me drugs, and take me out my fucking house on a free vacation. Sign me up in this motherfucker. But no, but the DARE people were right about one thing, I have to say. There's a lot of pressure to smoke weed. It comes from me. Because I love weed. I really do. I love weed. I stay high. I do. And people are like, do you really gotta stay high? You know what else hundreds of people need? Prozac! Don't nobody say shit about that. I think we're being selective with our biases here, people. Get woke. Get woke. That's what we're here to do tonight. We're here to get woke and awaken together into the 22nd century. We're skipping the 21st. That shit is bunk. We're going straight to that Phil of the Future shit. He's a 22nd century man up in this bitch. Okay, bring back Phil of the Future. Fuck yeah. Get that shit going and maybe we can accomplish something in this motherfucker tonight. Bring back Phil of the Future. Yeah, that's the new title of the special. No, but I did I want to go back to drugs again. I love drugs. But I did read that some drugs out there were kind of dangerous. I read this. It's true. Specifically, I read somewhere that if you eat more than 5 bananas in quick succession, you're at risk for a potassium overdose. And I, of course, had to do some more research on this. I went, what the fuck? But immediately, the hilarious thought just came into my brain of a, disheveled motherfucker with, a 3-day stubble in a weird trench coat standing in an aisle in a supermarket. He's got banana peels all around him, shit all over his face. In his hand, he holds a 6th banana. He's yelling at the gathering crowd, don't come near me! Don't come near me! I'll fucking do it! I'll fucking do it! I got nothing else to live for! I'll fucking do it! I swear to God! And then he slips on one of the banana peels, falls over. Brought it back to the classic gag. No, but I did, of course, read that eventually that this was untrue. You have to eat something more like in the neighborhood of 500 bananas very quickly to be at risk of a potassium overdose. So I guess the moral of this story is if anybody asks you to participate in a competitive banana eating contest, don't do it. There are people who love you. There are things to live for. It's not worth it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Side note, has anybody told the GOP social chair they should have a banana eating contest? Just a thought. Bet that's not what Lindsey Graham thought he was gonna choke on. That's the best joke of the special, and I didn't write it. Why do I even write this shit down? I'm so gifted. No, but in case y'all haven't been able to tell by now, I have too much free time. If anybody needs more of a picture of what that looks like, I am a former children's theater actor turned part-time pro bono stand-up comedian. So that's about how much free time I have. And when you have that much free time, you learn a lot of weird shit. You want to know the name of the dude that introduced John Lennon and Paul McCartney as kids? Ivan Vaughn. You want to know that dude's birthday? June 18th. You want to know the names of Freddie Mercury's favorite cats? Oscar and Delilah. Side note, folks, think about what AIDS took from us. You could be following Freddie Mercury's cats on Instagram. Today. That's for you, Freddie. R.I.P. I love you. No, but I have a lot of free time. And, the saddest thing about the pandemic was that my life didn't change that much. All those little, listicles that they tell you to read and all that shit they tell you about spending time inside, working on yourself, all that stuff they let you lie to yourself about throughout the whole pandemic. That's just my life until this comedy thing works out. That's just what I'm doing. That's why we got cameras up in this bitch. But no, in that time, I have been going back, and because all things go in cycles, there's nothing new under the sun. Money is good, all that rot, yada yada. The cycle has rejuvenated itself, and there is a new Batman film. It has been 5 years, and thus the prophecy is fulfilled until the next 5 years is up. And but no, so in light of that new Batman movie, I went back and revisited the previous Batman movies that mattered to me at all, which were the Dark Knight trilogy. And the Bruce Wayne in those movies is about the worst movie protagonist I've ever seen in my life. He is a stupid, shallow dickbag. And that is my seasoned critical analysis. He's this dude is the richest man in the world. He lives in an ungodly skyscraper that's just in the middle of a slum. It's just the worst place you've ever seen. It's like a grayer Chicago and only the bad parts. You know what I mean? Like, does he fill this place with community centers / hydrotherapy clinics / dispensaries? Nah, he turns to Alfred and says, get me some artisanal spelunking equipment based on my childhood worst nightmare / possible sexual fetish. So I can wear it and go around beating the shit out of petty middleman criminals to get over the fact that my mother and father were randomly and helplessly eradicated in a random violent crime. A crime that I myself could wipe from the face of the earth if I just invested my wealth systematically. But no, all we get is 3 different versions of the Batcave, each one fucking grayer than the last one. It just keeps getting grayer. It's gonna be for colorblind people only in a minute here. God damn. But I know we've been having fun joking around about Batman and indentured servitude and wealth redistribution and all that kind of shit. But I gotta get a little hot button for a second, I gotta talk about something that a lot of people told me not to talk about. I'll be really honest, but it's been on my heart for a long time. And this is the end. I have to get it off my chest here, now. Phil Collins did not have to go that hard on the Tarzan soundtrack. He didn't have to. He didn't have to. They said, Phil, we're just making a movie about some white man in the jungle. I don't know either. But we're just making a movie about some white men in the jungle. There's no need to strain yourself. Just give us a little bop or two here and there. And he just took the fucking chains off. Son of man, you'll be in my heart, trashing the fucking camp, with or without NSYNC. That's a fucking banger. How many songs can you say with or without NSYNC? That's a fucking banger. Ask yourself, Bye 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 by George Strait. No, it don't hit like it used to. It don't hit like it used to. But I want to know what that pitch meeting was like. I want to meet the Disney executive who they said they're in a meeting, right? And they said, all right, we're doing this Edgar Rice Burroughs story about a bunch of muscle queens in the jungle. Who should we get to write it? Let's get the guy that wrote Susudio. Let's get the second era frontman of Genesis. And they said, oh, they'll never see this shit coming in the air tonight. And it turned out to be inspired. And I'd love to be a fly on the wall and just see how some of these decisions happen. Like, I want to know. Can you show me? And I know I was pushing the envelope a little bit with Tarzan. Sorry if I offended anybody. Best Phil Collins album, fight me. face value can eat a dick. I love that didn't bomb. But I know I was pushing the envelope a little bit with the Tarzan shit. But I gotta go a little deeper, if I may. I gotta really, cause there's something that really has been getting on my heart. Cause I feel like we as a culture lately have just become obsessed with policing our collective language as a community. And there's just this thing that we've just allowed to go under the radar just for this whole time that we've been deciding to go through this collective evolution as a species. And it's 2022. That shit's gotta stop. Colored pencils, you guys. Colored pencils? Really? The fuck is this? Montgomery? Colored pencils. Colored pencils. Get the fuck out of my face. Oh, that Montgomery joke pissing folks off. Y'all leaving? Hell yeah, I love that shit. No, but man, colored pencils. Y'all really be wilding out here. They're not colored pencils. They're aesthetically diverse. It's 2022. Come on. Like I said, we're here to awaken together in this bitch. We're here to go up collectively. They're not colored. They're aesthetically diverse. It's perfect. Rolls right off the tongue. Excuse me. Friend, could you please hand me that aesthetically diverse blue pencil that is behind you? Boom. Like, just like that, we are feeling the future in the 22nd century. Bring back Phil of the future. But no, this is, all right, we're a little bit into the show. Most of you haven't walked out, except for those folks from the Gump. Shout out. Most of y'all haven't walked out, so I feel like we can get to the weird shit.
Fucking love you.
I'm aware of that. Because you paid to get in this motherfucker. So I hope you at least like me. God damn. Ain't got time to be spending your money on bullshit. I know y'all be working out here. Damn. But we got time to get into the weird shit now. So I want to get into it. I want to ask y'all, how many of y'all, other than the ones who've heard me tell this joke, y'all ain't slick. I know some of my friends out there are going to try to get cute. How many of y'all, with that exception, know the true, real, unabridged origin story of Chuck E. Cheese? Oh, fuck yeah, buckle in. Buckle the fuck in, let's go. This is no longer my record, this is the Chuck E. Cheese Story Hour. And it's coming at you fast and cheddary, baby. Okay, let's get into it. Chuck E. Cheese, right? Founded in the 70s. Gonna be important for later, hang on to that. This is all real, this is all true, by the way. This is no bullshit. Founded in the 70s, corporate headquarters, Irving, Texas. Again, hang on to it. You're gonna need it in just a moment. So, okay, right. The origin story, let's get into it. The origin story of one Mr. Charles Entertainment Cheese. Again, that name is canonical. You can look that up. The origin story of one Mr. Charles Entertainment Cheese is that he was a happy rat living a happy rat life until just before his second birthday, which some historians say was supposed to be a surprise party. It's unclear. Scholars debate. Just before his second birthday, young Chuck's parents were killed in an unspecified rat accident. Again, this is canonical. You can look this up. So we have newly 2-year-old Chuck, now an orphan, who decides that to fill this void in his little rat heart, he will open a place where all the children of the world can throw birthday parties in perpetuity. And he will constantly be surrounded by the birthday joy of which he himself was deprived on that oh so awful, awful day. And the place to do this is, of course, a budget pizzeria / child casino. Feed the kids the Totitos and teach them to gamble, and we're good to go. Okay, no, but remember how I told you headquarters, Irving, Texas? Yeah, Chucky's original instrument, the banjo. It gets weirder. Big part of the original decor of Chuck E. Cheese, Confederate flags. It's true. You look it up. It's true. Old Chucky out there in his overalls. This is before they put him in a jersey, before he got into hockey. And so he was out there in his overalls with his banjo, dueling away, I'm presuming. And thank you to the 2 people that got that. And behind him, there's just a big old Confederate flag, just chilling out. And I think to myself, I'm not saying that Chuck E. Cheese's parents were Confederate sympathizers who were killed on the run from the Civil War. But I'm not saying Chuck E. Cheese, Robert E. Lee, come on. The coincidences are too numerous. And now, our friend Chuck, I'm still on this. There's so much more. Y'all don't even know. Y'all are like, damn, this joke is long, and y'all don't know I'm working on a podcast. I can't be a real comedian until I've got one anyway. I'm like those old pictures in Back to the Future. I don't know if I'm really real or not. Somebody get me on the airwaves. But no, our friend Chuck has gone through a bit of a change recently. He's no longer a fat, friendly rat from New Jersey. New Jersey. Yeah, right, okay. Fucking, we all ended up somewhere, asshole. He's no longer a fat, friendly rat from New Jersey. He is now a slimmer, hipper rock star mouse. That's a quote from the website. He wears a leather jacket. He's slender. He plays guitar. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty fucking hot. It's pretty fucking hot. No, and you're thinking, the fuck's the point to all of this? Well, first of all, to enlighten you, you're welcome. Second of all, I have a plan for Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, I told y'all I got business ideas out the motherfucker. I have a plan for Chuck E. Cheese. I want to go to the center of the beast, the soul of all the Chuckies, the Chuck E. Cheese in Reno, Nevada. This is where Chuck E. Cheese comes into its fullest form, you see, because this is where the young children at their stepdad's shitty birthday party that he threw mingled with crappy Las Vegas gambling addicts. They're not crappy. I'll say that for the camera. They're not crappy. They're just crappy at gambling. But they mingled with these Las Vegas gambling addicts who have gotten thrown out of the casinos because, they're bad at gambling. And even, apparently, there is a point where casinos go, hey, you're bad, you should stop. And apparently, in Reno, those motherfuckers end up at Chuck E. Cheese. Which, where else are you going to end up? It's perfect, right? But I want to go into this Chuck E. Cheese, the most perfect of all cheeses, and program all the animatronics to play Kenny Rogers, the gambler. So you got all these sad old men in trench coats mingling around with all these screaming kids running around with store-bought tomato paste on their faces. All of a sudden, the animatronics stopped doing the Macarena or whatever they was doing, and they just go, you gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em. And you're like, finally, everything is right. Nothing's right. We're all gonna die. Very soon, probably. That's why I'm making this record. That wasn't even a joke. Like I said, I am in a relationship, and it's the first time, and that means that I got to experience my first Valentine's Day as a couple, and it was pretty good. I didn't, contrary to what the media had me believing, I didn't want to die. And so, but me and my partner had a lovely evening. We went to this lovely restaurant in the English Village called Vino. Wonderful. And we were there, and I was thinking, this is lovely. And then I started thinking things were a little odd, because they had those linen tablecloths like you do at any restaurant, with just big stencil prints of Vladimir Lenin's face on them. They had those linen tablecloths, and then they had, but in a bit there, everybody's got it now. I knew y'all would catch up. But they had those, and then on top of them, they pasted a big old square of very pristine white butcher paper. And I thought, isn't this odd? And then as I started to eat and, be me, I thought, no, it's not odd. It's so the people who work in this restaurant as indentured servants don't have to spend as much time cleaning up your shitty stuff before the next white person walks in and demands the world. But then later in the evening, as I dug into my tiramisu, I began again thinking, this is somewhat strange. All of this paper in this whole place, and it takes a lot of money to run that place. A nice place. There's a lot of cash going through that place. Fancy ass place. All that paper. Not a single goddamn crayon in the whole motherfucker. Not a single one. And I'm not trying to be, Elizabeth from over the hill trying to demand all this shit. I ain't asking for a 64 pack. You just put a couple of them on the table, held together with a rubber band. You ain't got to do the most. Shit. Can't get nothing up in here. Not anything. Not even one aesthetically diverse blue pencil. Not even one. All right, Birmingham, that's the main set. But before I get out of here, I just want to say thank y'all so much for all the support y'all have given me over the past 7.5 years. It's been the most unbelievable journey. I want to thank my brother Chris Ivy for helping me put this shit together.